Have you ever heard the saying, pride comes before a fall? Well, today's story is the perfect example of that. It's about a man who let his ego get the better of him, and the powerful woman who put him in his place. Our story begins with Sarah, a young, intelligent, and highly decorated Special Forces operator. After years of intense service on the front lines, she was promoted to general, becoming one of the youngest to ever achieve such a rank. It was a testament to her skill, bravery, and leadership. But Sarah was a humble person. She didn't broadcast her achievements. When she was off duty, she preferred to blend in, dressing in simple, casual clothes. She didn't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. Her actions and her record spoke for themselves. One sunny afternoon, Sarah decided to visit the local military base to see some old friends and check on the new recruits. She drove her modest, unassuming car and parked in a spot near the main administrative building. Dressed in jeans and a plain t-shirt, she looked like any other civilian visitor. As she was getting out of her car, a brand new, flashy sports car pulled up beside her, its engine roaring. The driver, a man in a crisp uniform, was Colonel Miller. Miller was known around the base for his arrogance. He was competent, yes, but he had a massive ego. He saw Sarah, looked her up and down with a dismissive glance, and then pointed to the sign next to her parking spot. It read, "Reserved for senior officers." With a smirk, he said, "Ma'am, I think you're in the wrong place. This spot is for important people. You'll need to move your car." He practically spat the word car as he looked at her older vehicle. Sarah just smiled calmly. "Oh, is that so? I didn't realize." Miller's smirk widened. He thought he was dealing with a clueless civilian who had wandered onto the base. "Yes, that's so," he said, puffing out his chest. "This spot is for colonels and above. I'm Colonel Miller. Now, if you'll please move, I have important business to attend to." He gestured impatiently for her to get back in her car. Sarah's smile didn't waver. She simply leaned against her car and replied, "I don't think I'll be moving, Colonel." Miller's face started to turn red. The nerve of this woman. Who did she think she was? "Listen, lady," he said, his voice rising. "I don't have time for this. Move your car now, or I'll have it towed. And trust me, you don't want to cause trouble on a military base." Several soldiers who were passing by had stopped to watch, curious about the confrontation. This was the moment Sarah had been waiting for. She reached into her bag, pulled out a military ID, and handed it to the colonel. "Perhaps you should take a look at this before you make any more threats," she said, her voice still calm but now carrying a new edge of authority. But as he looked at it, his face went from red to a ghostly white. Miller started stammering. "General, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I had no idea. Please, forgive me." He was practically bowing. His face was a mixture of shock, fear, and utter embarrassment. He looked like he wanted the ground to swallow him whole. The soldiers who had been watching were trying and failing to hide their laughter. The story of Colonel Miller's public humiliation would be all over the base by nightfall. Sarah took her ID back, her expression now serious. "Colonel," she said, her voice firm and clear, "let this be a lesson to you. A person's worth is not determined by the car they drive or the clothes they wear, and a true leader treats everyone with respect, regardless of their apparent status." She paused, letting her words sink in. "You're right about one thing, though. This spot is for senior officers, and as I happen to be the most senior officer on this base today, I think I'll keep it." She then turned to him and added, "And Colonel, you can find another spot. I suggest one of the ones way in the back. A nice long walk might give you some time to reflect on your attitude." Without another word, she turned and walked into the building. leaving a completely mortified Colonel Miller standing by his flashy car, with a crowd of amused soldiers watching him. He slowly got back into his car and drove off, his ego completely deflated. He had learned a very public and very valuable lesson. This story is a powerful reminder to never judge a book by its cover. Sarah, the humble general, showed that true power isn't about showing off. It's about quiet confidence, respect, and leading by example. Colonel Miller, on the other hand, learned that arrogance and a sense of entitlement will eventually lead to your downfall. In the military, as in life, respect is earned, not demanded. And sometimes, the most unassuming people are the ones who hold the most power. What do you guys think? Have you ever witnessed a moment like this, where someone's ego got checked in a big way? Let me know your stories in the comments below. It just goes to show, you should always treat people with kindness and respect. You never know who you might be talking to. Thanks for watching today's story. I hope you found it as satisfying as I did. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. We love sharing stories that teach us something valuable about life and human nature. Ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. We'll see you in the next video.